Hello, my name is Jeremiah Swisher, and I have high-functioning autism, and currently I attend the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. Right now I'm a junior, going to be senior after this summer, and apparently to become a senior early, I guess it's a secret formula, it's really no secret. Basically, unlike most college students, just go to school year-round. So let's see, a typical semester is 15 credits plus the spring semester, which is another 15, so that's 30 credits. So take anything more than 30 credits in a given year and you're ahead of the game. That's the secret, which ain't really a secret, but you just gotta be highly dedicated like myself, and then you'll go far, hopefully. Always try hard, and your best will always be good enough for somebody. Anyways, in the meantime, the reason why I wanted to post this video or make this video today isn't because of the amount of credits I'm taking. I actually was using that as an introduction, basically saying, hey, how you been? You know, it's a warming conversation. But what I wanted to talk to you about is dating and relationships. Oh my God, this is a big issue for people on the autism spectrum like myself. Just thinking about relationships always gets me mentally shaky. And the reason why is because in relationships, it's a very, very colorful world, and it's not very black and white. I mean, for myself, I enjoy being single, but it does affect sometimes being autistic in where you want to be in a relationship, because I want to be in the normal life and where the guy gets the girl kind of a thing, like in the fairy tale land movies. But in reality, it's oftentimes really hard to get that, because with a relationship, it creates a lot of work. And oftentimes in relationship, it's a lot of compromises. So there might be a bit of fun, you know, having somebody around, but at the same time, it just can be a lot of work. And then it goes down to my second point, which at least gets me annoyed, is that when it comes to relationships, the first thing people think about is that it must be someone that you totally love. But in reality, that's not always the case. Relationships can be someone that you're friends with, or best friends with, or family. People fail to realize that sometimes. It's like when you're using the bathroom. If you go to like a bathroom, it'll put like, you have like a man sign or a woman sign, and then slash, and then you have wheelchair. It's like, same thing with parking. It's like people with disabilities aren't just in wheelchairs, but unfortunately it's just a stereotype or a stigma. Basically, the first thing you think of when someone who has a disability is in a wheelchair, which isn't always the case, because sometimes you can't always see a disability like autism, as it's a mental type of disability. But getting into the whole idea of relationships, basically, here's my biggest pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve is when you're saying that somebody's attractive, for example. It really annoys me. Okay, you can have a girl basically that says, oh, you're looking good today, or oh, you're looking fabulous today. Now if a guy says that to a guy, then that totally means, oh, then that guy must be gay, which isn't always the case. I mean, it's one of those double standard rules that just don't go very well. It's really annoying. It's like, I know a guy, for example, that was like, he was gay, and he once said to this girl, oh, you're looking hot and sexy today. Now, if I went to say that, she would think that I'm interested in her. So it's one of those things where it's just unfortunate, because of all those unwritten social rules, that I just try not to say anything at times, just because you might creep people out. But at the same time, I like to be myself. So usually if it's someone close, I'll say, hey, you're looking good today, you know. Doesn't mean I'm interested in that person at all. Overall, I'm a heterosexual male, but it's one of those things where I oftentimes get jealous of guys that get the girls, so then a lot of times I can lose confidence. So yes, I do see guys as being attractive, but I'm not like interested in them in any way, shape, or form, for being more than just friendship. Now, women, on the other hand, I do at times feel more interested than a friendship, but that's usually happens seldomly because I'm one of those people where I don't want to fall in love with just anybody type of a thing. So in reality, I try to go more by the personality instead of the looks, because I know guys that fall in love with women. And when they fall in love with women really quickly, usually the relationship goes sour within a couple of months. And then if somebody is a woman, I assume sometimes there would be women that would be annoyed by those guys that can break up with somebody and then 1 month later they go out with somebody else. That just doesn't show quality and commitment when it comes to relationships. At least in my opinion, it does not show commitments at all. So in reality, if I'm giving you a piece of advice, just be yourself, and that's all you can do. But because if you have autism, oftentimes life is not very black and white, and that's the problem. You get what I mean? Because I know it's great being different and having autism, but at the same time, by being different, you basically fall into the minority group, which isn't a bad thing, but basically the term normal is defined by the majority, and if you're not the majority, then unfortunately you don't fit in. It's just one of those things that really sucks, which is very, very unfortunate. So somebody like myself, because I live life of being black and white, an example would be being raised that it would be where the male falls in love with the female and vice versa. Well, sometimes life ain't black and white, and you have people that are transgendered or homosexual and all that, and I accept them completely and entirely for who they are, because I would rather have somebody be themselves instead of not being themselves. But at the same time, you totally don't want to be yourself when it comes to everything, because if you get too personal, you might creep out the person. So like, if somebody's being like, say, herself, which is based off a true story, when I was in middle school, I was riding on this bus, and this girl said, "I love you, Jeremiah." That is being a bit too personal, especially when I really didn't know who she was. I knew what school she went to, but I really didn't know her that well. So in reality, that's one example. Another example, I guess, where it's good to be yourself, but at the same time where life isn't black and white is the idea. Like I said, there's different types of people, is that have been times in where I used to question myself, but that's only because I fixate and fixate and fixate, because I'm one of those type of things and where I want the girl that badly, and then at times maybe I mentally get desperate, but overall I know myself and who I am, and basically I know that I was never into guys, and it's just one of those things where I just know myself that well. But of course, the problem is that I'm an overthinker, and then I every once in a while question myself, but basically I know who I am. It's just one of those things when having autism. Life isn't black and white, and you want a black and white answer, and basically it's one of those things where you just must have confidence in yourself. It's like with religion. I question religion and God every single day, because you're basically raised that, once upon a time you have Adam and Eve, they bared fruits, they ate the fruit, and then we all had to be punished for it. Religion isn't black and white. I even question that, and in reality, I believe in Jesus Christ, I believe in God, but that's because you have to have faith, and I think that's one of the most important things that you must have. And you know who you are, you know who yourself, just be honest with yourself, as I'm honest with myself, and then hopefully one day I find a girlfriend, but I just prefer it being somebody on the autism spectrum. And part of this video is basically in response to Armin Canoli, as some of you may know him. I totally love the guy, not in a romantic way, but I love him as like a friend, type of a thing, as I do think that he should have his own Armin show. I mean, I love some of his videos that I've watched. At least it shows a lot of diversity, because oftentimes in the music, all you have is sex, drugs, love, and cars. And it's like, come on, can you talk about something different besides love all the time? There's plenty of other things in life besides relationships and love. Anyways, this is Jeremiah Swisher reporting to you. If you have any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns, just post right below, and I'll be happy to hopefully be able to respond back to you, as all your questions are very important, and I enjoy helping out everybody. Anyways, I hope that you have yourself a great, amazing day, and bye for now.